Hi friends, so we're going to make this quick and easy shelf sitter using these snowman prints that are in my Etsy shop. The link to them will be below this video and they're super cute. Let's get started. Okay, so there's the print that I'm going to use, and I'm just using a scrap piece of 2x4. I bet everyone has some 2x4s out in their garage, so I had my husband cut me a few slices, and this one measures about 6 inches tall. And so I'm just using some white chalk paint in Adirondack white color by Folk Art, and I'm using these painting rollers, and it just makes the paint go on so nice and smooth. I really like them. They're really convenient and easy to use. And I'm just going to get all the sides of it and the top. Just pouring a little bit on, then I'm just putting that on with the roller. So like I said, I'm just giving them just a light coat, and then I used my dry heating tool and gave that a quick dry. Now I'm putting on a layer of Mod Podge, getting clear to the corners and all the edges, and then I'll using my heating tool again and give that a quick dry. And now I got these alphabet stamps at the Dollar Tree. I was really excited when I saw them, and I thought they were all separate, but they're all attached. So first I'm trying to pull them apart and realize, oh, I got to cut each individual one out. So I needed the letter B and the letter R, because I'm going to stamp Burr on the bottom of that print. So I'm going to put one B and two R's. So I'm just using the little stamp block that I got at the Dollar Tree as well. Just some black ink this is a Stampin' Up ink pad I've got. So I'm just stamping the BR, and then I'll have to take that B off and I'll use the R one more time. I thought that looked really cute. So now I'm going to position it onto my block, and you can see it hangs over the edges there. And so now I'm just going to get some parchment paper and use my mini heat press. I love this. This is fairly new, but I've been using it a lot. I'm getting ready for a craft fair coming up, and I've been using it a lot, and it's so nice. I love it. And so I'm just giving that a good iron, maybe a half minute or so, maybe a little more. I'm not even sure. But making sure it's all adhered down really well. Now I'm just using a sanding block. I got this at the Dollar Tree as well. And just sanding off all the excess paper. Now I'm using my Gator sander, my little mini sander. It was a little heavier grit. And I'm just giving it a good sanding all along the edges and the corners, just to distress it a little bit. And then I'm going to use my Tim Holtz oxide distressing ink in the color Vintage Photo, and a dauber, and just go around those corners and really distress them and kind of make it look a little weathered and older. And you can see I really focus on the corners a lot. Just getting all the edges. So I had a few fuzzy edges still, so I'm sanding those off in a couple spots and re-inking them. So that would be a cute shelf sitter like that, but I want to embellish it even more. So I was trying to decide what to do here. I was going to first put some ribbon around the edge, but then I decided to go with twine. So I'm just going to glue it in the back and wrap it around 5 times. And this is pretty thin twine. So I'm going around 5 times and just putting a little dab of glue in a couple spots to give it a good start. And you'll see I go around 5 times. And then cut that off and glue it in back. I still was undecided how to do this, but I decided to go with more twine. So I wrap it around my all 4 fingers about 3, maybe 4 times, gather it in the center, cut it off, and then I wrap that one end around the center a few times. And then I'm just going to glue that on the top left of the bow, or the twine rose. As soon as it's stuck on there real well, then I will just kind of spread those little loops out around. And I had a few tags to choose from, and I was unsure which one I wanted to use. I'm going to use that snowflake button in a minute. So I had Joy to the World, I had Merry and Bright, but I just wasn't sure. So then I had some that I've had for a very long time that just say Merry Christmas, so I opted to use those. So I'm using my distressing ink again and going around all the edges really, really well. Then I'm going to put a little bit of twine on that and glue it on there. And then I glue the snowflake button right on top, and that's how you'll see that I'm finished with it. But then at the very end, I decided to change it. So I took this top part off and added a red and white thin strip of ribbon, and I put a bow on top of all that twine, and then I put the snowflake button on top. So you'll see that picture of it at the very, very end. But this was a quick and easy project, super simple, super fun. Easy to make a few in bulk, and that's what I'm going to do for my crafts fair coming up. And this is it, and I appreciate you watching. I appreciate the support. Please like and subscribe, and there's the picture with the red ribbon on it. And you have a whimsical day. Thank you.